Welcome from the Eurovision Song Contest in Stockholm in Sweden, just outside of the Royal Castle. We are in the EuroClub or the Eurofan Cafe, and during the day it's open to the public, and also the public has a chance to meet and greet participants of the Eurovision Song Contest, past and present. Now we have a big pleasure to meet a legend of the Eurovision Song Contest. She has been chasing butterflies and she's been painting the town red. With us now is Birthe Kjaer from Denmark. Birthe, nice to meet you. It's a big honor to chat with you.
Thank you.
So, how is it for you to be back in the Eurovision bubble?
Well, it's so much fun. That's also why I said yes to come here to Stockholm, because I thought that would be nice after all those years to get the feeling of the international show. Because I've been involved in the Danish Song Contest in Denmark as a host sometimes, but it's a long time since I've been out for international.
You have this fantastic song at the Eurovision Song Contest. You added it in 1989 to the history of the Eurovision songs. What are your fond memories from Lausanne when you sang the song there?
Oh, it was a big experience to be there in Lausanne. Yes, that was one of the top in my career. You know, it's special to go out and represent your country, and you know that you have all your people, all the Danes are behind you when you go out, and you won't disappoint them. So you do everything you can, but I mean, it's not always easy, because how do you vote about a song? But nevertheless, it was so exciting to go out and represent my country.
Do you still have contact with any of the artists from back then?
From
89.
Yeah, in Denmark.
In Lausanne.
No. We didn't get that close, because we work a lot when we are there, and then we enjoy at the nightclub maybe, but we don't connect so much friendship there. We don't have time for that.
Exactly.
So it's work, and it's exciting, it's a competition and everything. So I don't have contact now.
Okay.
But I'm still working with the guy, the two guys who wrote the song. We're still working in Denmark. My last album also included some of their work.
Well, tell us more about the album and the guys that are actually worked with you or work with you on this. Who are they?
Søren Bundgaard has made Vi maler byen roed, the melody, and he's my producer. And we went to Nashville to make the music with the American musicians. And the guy who made the lyric, Kjell Haik, he also made some lyrics on my album. So I've been working with them since 89, and before that also.
The album, that's good to touch on the album as well. What is the title of it?
It's called Just From My Heart, Lige fra hjertet. It's a mix of country songs in Danish and in English, and also new songs. So it's a mix of what I like.
And it's available to download on
Yes.
the internet,
Yes.
and also to buy?
Yes.
Fantastic, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, many of the young artists in these days are coming through talent shows to Eurovision Song Contest. You didn't have to go through this selection procedure. What do you think of these talent shows? Like The Voice, for instance.
What I think about X Factor
And these things, yeah.
Well, I think it's a good thing that the young people, or whatever age they have, but the amateurs have a place to try to make a career and see if they're good enough or get better, so they will be good enough later. And it's very popular. So I think it's good, because in old time, in my youth, then we had some amateur competition around the city where we joined, but that doesn't exist anymore, I think. But now it's on the television. But it can also be hard, because it's a big media, and if you're not that used to it, And if you're not that good, that will also come out in the video, and maybe people will laugh or anything. So you have to be strong to
do it,
participate.
to,
That
exactly.
because you don't know how it will go.
You mentioned before you also hosted a show in Denmark. Did you have any other Eurovision involvement?
No, I don't have any Eurovision involvement. I've only been a host for some times, but I don't connect with that otherwise. I haven't participated since 1990.
Okay. But what in the first place made you enter a song into the national final in Denmark and say, I want to try this, I want to go and represent Denmark at Eurovision? What
The first time
you?
I went to that competition, well, it was a big show on the television, and you just wanted to be part of that. And I was number 2, and if you're that close to a victory, you want to try it again because maybe next time you will win. If I was number 9, maybe I have said, "Oh, I don't do that anymore." But I was number 2, and that happened for me 3 times. So I was so close all the time. And international, I almost wished to be number 2. But otherwise, I would not wish that anymore in Denmark because now I so much wanted to win. But I said, okay, if I can be number 2 internationally, it's also okay. But we went number 3. Yeah.
But then of course the fans outside of Denmark cannot see you anymore. So you have to win the national final.
Yeah, but now I'm not participating.
You don't want to participate anymore?
No, I think I'm too old, and things have changed too much. So.
Have you been part of a jury for Eurovisions over the years in Denmark?
Twice. Yes.
And how do you judge the participants then? What is that procedure there?
But I think it's very difficult because now you have 46 countries you have to vote. But I often go for the tune that stays in my head because I still think it's a melody song contest,
exactly.
But not a show contest. But it has changed a bit.
Yeah.
So I try to close my eyes also a little and just listen to the song. If I think it has a good tune and it will stay in my head, so I vote for it. Yeah.
Over the years of Eurovision Song Contest, do you have any favorite that remains in your mind, in your ears?
Many.
Can you tell us some?
But I think it's so difficult to mention the songs because there are a lot, and many of my favorites are, of course, from the old days where it was not so much the show but the song. But nowadays, I think we had fine winners also.
Yes. Really nice songs in the earlier days. Yeah.
So I can't
nail it down to just one. It's a whole list of that.
I can't do that.
Where in Denmark are you living? Where are you based? And what do you do these days now? You're actively singing still?
Yes, I still sing around the country, and we have, some of my old songs are also hits today. So I have a big band, 9 musicians, and we travel around in Denmark for the big festivals. We are singing a lot of song contest.
Covers. You do covers of Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah. And people want to hear them and want to sing along. Like yesterday, they are doing that also on that big festivals around Denmark. So we are traveling all summer from May to September. So
that's actually very interesting because part of our show is the Eurovision Song Contest covers. So we take the original song and then another artist covers the song. So that's quite good to know that you do those.
Well, I do some. I made some medleys, but I also do my own stuff. new songs, old songs, and then I made an album in 10 called Smile, and that is with all the good old songs, Smile, Slow Boat to China, and all those old classic with a big
Beautiful.
band. I made that.
I look forward to hear more of you now, because now it's, you know, when meeting a Eurovision performer, you always associate the singer with that one song.
Yeah.
But we never find out more about them, and this is a
You
good
should go and
chance.
listen on that Smile record, because there were some different things I did at that time. That was a challenge to do that, and I loved it. And that's why I'm then now touring with a big band, because I made that album, and I also want to sing songs from that album together with the old songs.
Yeah.
So that's why I have this big band now. It's the 5th year we're traveling around.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Berta, I think I had a lot of questions, but I think it's
time?
it's very, very nice to chat with you. One thing I would like to have, I'm sure also the viewers and the listeners, can you sing a little bit of your song?
Vi maler byen rød, og himlen hvid af stjerneskær. Det grå og triste får en ekstra farveklat.
It's the real Birthe Kjaer. Thank you so much for talking
You're
to us. All the
welcome.
best of luck for whatever's coming up.
Thank you.
And I'm sure I'm going to get this album, and I'm going to follow you a bit more.
Yeah,
And I
thank
hope you do too. Birthe Kjaer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.